Ever heard someone say like, oh, I got a download? This is how it actually feels and what it actually looks like to get a download from spirit. Because people say this all the time, like everyone understands, and they don't. And I am saying this as someone who has been in the psychic community for years. I've literally been psychic my entire life, been a practicing like professional psychic for well over 15 years at this point. So like I've gotten a lot of downloads, but it's oftentimes one of those things where like, well, when you get it, you'll know. And that's not fair because you probably have gotten one, but you're not acknowledging it as a download because you're under this mentality of like, well, you'll know when you get it. So when you get a download from spirit, oftentimes it feels like a wisdom drop. And what I mean by a wisdom drop, it's like when all the puzzle pieces suddenly click into place and you understand something differently than you understood it before. So you're like, oh, huge realization, huge click, huge boom. The other way a download can show up is a big dump of information. However, it usually feels like clarity or deeper understanding, or like, oh, that makes sense for what's going to happen in the future, or even something that's so disconnected from you that feels so true that you feel neutral about it. You're like, huh. All right, well, that feels like a big thing, but all right. Now, sometimes downloads can be so profound that you get shaky. You get a huge burst of energy. You get a big, like energetic oomph that comes in along with it that physically makes you feel different. And sometimes that also connects with emotionally. As far as actually how the download is delivered to you, it can come in a variety of different ways based on whatever clairsenses are your strongest. You can just know or see or sense or taste or smell or feel any of that. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives a little bit of understanding because whenever people say that vaguely, I always just feel so bad because there's no clarity given.